Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to tell you in detail about the basics of IBIS Paint X, and I'm going to create this cute little animation for you with an explanation. So if you're new to my channel, subscribe to my channel and also check all other videos in my channel. You can find some useful information, and let's get started. So here first I'm going to open the IBIS Paint X app, and to open an animation canvas, just like any other canvas, we have to click on this plus symbol and go down to the animation section where you can find two free canvas size and one premium canvas size. If you have the premium membership or the subscription of IBIS Paint X, then you can use these as well. Otherwise you can go for these other two size. So I have premium membership, but I'm going to keep like neutral for everyone. So here I'm using 1:1 ratio canvas for the animation, and now I'm going to show you how we can create animation in IBIS Paint X. So it's not about the techniques or way the animation works. So I'm not going to concentrate on that part. So I'm going to explain about how you can use this tool to create animation in IBIS Paint X, like what is the frame, how to create each frame, and how layer works along with the frame, and all those things. So and how to export these as animation video. So that things I'm going to tell you here. So especially how to do that in IBIS Paint X, because each app have some different the appearance and the tools may be little bit different. So here I'm going to concentrate mainly on creating using these tools in IBIS Paint X. So it's just about the basic. If you are a complete beginner, then this video will be very much useful for you. So here this is the canvas where we can create the animation, and in a normal IBIS Paint X app, like a drawing canvas, you cannot find these panel. Other than this panel, everything will be same, but you cannot find this panel because this is the animation panel where the animation frames will be located. So here, since we're going to create the animation, we are having this animation panel, and everything else looks quite similar. Nothing new here. Everything, all the tools, everything here, everything going to be same, other than these panel where we have the animation related settings and frames. So when it comes to animation, it works on frame by frame. Like we have to draw each and every frame, or we have the duplicate option. Using that, we can duplicate the previous frame and we can work and make changes a little bit and create the new frame. So here, as you are a complete beginner who are watching this, want to learn this, I'm going to keep things quite similar, easy and like more learnable. So here this is the animation panel, and here we have the layers as usual, but it works a little bit different here. Like here, this is my first frame, and when I click on this plus, like where we click on this plus and we create a new layer, similar to that, if you want to create a new frame, second frame, then you have to click on this plus symbol, then the new frame will be created. And for each frame you can add different number of layers. Like for this frame, for example, I'm going to add 3 frames, and when I move to the second frame, you can see I just have 1 layer. So as I told before, for each frame you can add a different number of layers. It doesn't affect the other frames. So it depends on what you are adding, what are the details that you want to hide, all this thing. So yeah, this is the frame, and for each frame you can add layers here, because we're going to add details separately on different layers for each frame. And if you want to play this, for example, so I'm on this first frame, and I'm drawing something like this, and on the second frame I'm drawing like this. And you can find what is this red color. It shows the previous frame, what are the details on this previous frame. For example, here in the frame setting or in a, so here animation setting, you can find the last and first opacity. Also you can find the past and future, which are the frames. The previous frame and the future frame represent these, and the first frame and the last frame represent these. And for the last frame, we can choose the past frame color and future frame color. For example, here the past frame shows in red color because the past frame color is chosen as red. If you choose something like blue, you can see immediately the color of that past frame changes to blue color, and you can change the color. And yeah, that's why it shows. And this previous frame details help us to understand and trace easily when we are moving to the next frames. Next, if you don't want to create new layer and draw, instead if you want to remodify your previous frame, just click on that frame and duplicate here. And here you can see, here if you want some make some changes like this, and you can do like this. So, and once you add so many frames and create an animation, then you want to check how it works, then click on this play symbol, and this is how the animation frames moves. And here you can actually change the duration of in each and every frame separately. And if you want to change the frame settings, overall speed of that frame, you can also have the speed frames per second here. So for a second, how many frames you can add, you can adjust here. Like if you want the animation to be too fast, very fast, then you can increase the number of frames per second. Like if you are choosing 20 frames per second, within a second to all the 20 frames will play. And if you just choose 4 frames per second, you just slow down, and for 1 second it will just play that 4 frames. And for the next second the next set of 4 frames will be played. So that's how it works. And here, so that's about that, and it's for common duration of that animation. And if you want to set the frame second for each frame separately, then come to the frame and you can set the number of seconds that this frame should be played. Now you can see I just increased the frame duration, and now you can see the first frame stays for a long time and the second, third frames goes immediately. So yeah, that's about this duration. And if you don't want this frame anymore or you want to delete, just click on this delete. And like if you want to undo, just click on this undo, and you can see my future frame is in green and my past frame is in red color, I mean blue color, and my present frame will be on whatever color that I have applied to that. And that's about this panel. And other than that, the drawing tool that you can use, all those things will be same like any other drawing in IBIS Paint X. And some other settings are like duplicate frame and delete frame, which are available here as well. Duplicate and delete. And animation settings, for the overall animation, what are the settings that you can apply, you can go here and do that. As I told before, if you want to speed up the animation, just increase the value. Like you can see he's running too fast, and if you reduce the value of these frames per second, it's going to be very slow. And if you want that play to be playing repeatedly, then you can use this loop. And if you want that ping pong, which means it will go and it will come in reverse. And if you just want that to be played once, then you can click on this one shot. And at bottom you can see display mode. Onion skin means the previous frame and the future frame which we are seeing here. So you can see number of frame that should be appeared on here. Like if you keep that in 3, then you can see our present, future, all these 3 frames will be visible here. And if you reduce the number of frames to 1, you can see just 1 frame is visible at a time. And yeah, you can, as I told before, you can change the color of these previous and future frames detail. And if you want to reset the detail to be the default setting of the app, you can click on this reset. So yeah, that's the very basics of IBIS Paint X drawing animation. And now I'm going to create a simple animation which will help you to understand these basic details better. Let's go for that. So the video going to be a little bit fast. I'm just going to draw and I will tell you the details in between. So first I'm going to draw a car. It's going to be very simple, cartoon style car. And for that I'm going to use this color, and so it's going to be quite simple. Okay, now I have created a cute car in first layer of my first frame, and now I'm going to create a background. So for that I'm going to create a vector layer because I'm going to keep the car stand still and I'm going to move the background instead of moving the car. So I'm going to create a vector layer and I'm going to draw on that. So yeah, follow with me. So you can see these vector. I'm going to draw the full frame first and then we can do it. Okay, now we have created the background, and I'm going to change the color of this background overall using the background color, and this is how it looks. If you want, you can add a little bit of trees, plants over that, so like this. Now we got the background. Now I'm going to merge these two vector layer into a single vector layer, and here is our car. Now this is my first frame, so I'm going to keep one for reference purpose that we can delete it later on. And here on this frame I'm going to adjust the size of this vector layer, and we're going to move the background. So just click on this vector and select it overall, just drag like this and done. And this is our first frame, and just duplicate this frame, and in that on the vector layer just select overall, move it a little bit, duplicate using the vector layer, select all, move it, duplicate, select all, move it. So now you can see how it looks. And okay, now we have added all the frame, and I'm going to delete this first frame where we have drawn these elements. And now if you play, and if you feel it's too slow, then go to the animation settings and increase the number of frames per second. And if you want to add a little bit of movement to the car, then we can go from the first frame, go to this car layer and just shrink it a little bit, then go to this again, shrink it further, then in the same way we can do for all these frames. Okay, now we can see how it looks. We add a little bit of shrink and expansion to the car, and yeah, this is a simple basic animation you can try, and I told you about all the details. Now if you want to export this, you can have to click on this arrow and you can see save animated video, and when you click on this we can actually adjust the frames. Like you can adjust and check with different frames per second and check how it looks. And if you want to add some the ping pong effect, like going forward and backward, then you can click on this play option. Otherwise you can click on this one shot, and you can actually increase the number of frames to slow down the animation and reduce reduce to slow down the animation like this. And then I'm going to export. Now if you go to the gallery in the movies, you can find this animation. And if you don't want this watermark while saving, you can switch off the watermark option. And yeah, we have done a simple animation with knowing all the details of IBS animation tools. And yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.